interruption, be the beneficiary of humanity. And instead of being, we must have the right idea in tune with what we are committing. What is here and what is now. The right causes of things that we must have. We must have the right information in order so there is not miscalculation somewhere, a misnotation, a miss something. So we are not mistaken for the things that we can do better. We must grow, but we know we need to know how to mature right in our beliefs, going back such as CERN and the dark matter. Being curious about things is okay, but we must know our limitations, because even as people, there are certain things we really shouldn't be doing. And we must have some sort of moral ethnicity, moral ground to stand on, because if we don't, we end up breaking all the laws of nature that do go against and play the Almighty One that is at hand and should have our best interests. The Creator, I do believe, has our best interests, but do we ask the question is, do we have the Almighty Creator's best intention? Because let's admit it, we are a fallen race. We are dreaming of our own gods, of being like gods in a way, but only to get distorted in the end, from the real from the fake, of what is from the what isn't. And we can be great, have the greatness within us all, within ourselves, and have something so extraordinary that it would keep us in tune with the reality and the state of our world and Almighty Creator. Creator. That we can still be powerful, even through our mess-ups, even through our imperfectness. And that things like CERN or even graphene, in a way, go against the same laws of nature. But how are we so dumbfounded and so not using wisdom to know that there should be a stopping point, to know your limitations of what is going against the moral codes of society, and yes, society wants to play like everyone has their own moral codes. Even, oh, let's face it, like what is evil, what's really going against nature, and what is the causes for humanity to want to do such things, because we are a fallen race, technically. Even going back to Enoch, we have messed up more times than ever. And the Great Deluge was upon us, even to now. In the Golden Age and in Pisces, we can still see the same idea at hand of what happened in the Great Deluge is coming, but in a new look and form and fashion of the 21st century. We all have the power to do good or evil, but it's through free will that we always choose evil. Because let's face it, I think most, if not all of us, have the same desire to do evil, to want to conjure up in some things within our own selves, to do evil, to do the worst atrocities, even going back in time as Hitler, Napoleon, and all the other ones who existed before us, that we can really see there was a distortion between all these evil rulers, all these evil people that have decided to do the wrong rather than the right, and then that they still wanted to be rewarded in the end. But let's face it, does evil really get paid for? Does evil really get rewarded? Think about that. That we all have choices, even though the most smartest people have choices. Even Albert Einstein had choices. Who made the right decisions? And still, who was trying to chase after the one divine creator of them all? The creator of everything, the creator of the universe, everything. That we, as people, can have the authority. The authority, the authority, the authority. The authority, the authority, the authority, the authority, the authority. And that we can do good, even such as this light. Tracing, 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 tracing. That we, as people, can see the light, can have the light, can do great things, great wonders, and defy everything. Knowing oneself makes you love yourself. Not only yourself, but to love others is key within the same realm of loving yourself. That if we, as a race, can choose to do evil, why not flip it and just do good? Yes, it is harder, it is easier said than done, don't get me wrong. But make it a daily, or even say it the night before that I will do one act of good. I will just even say something kind to others. I will not just stay in my own zone, sometimes not even stay in my own lane, but I will actually go out and be the better and the bigger person than all the ones that are actually still doing evil, still making snide comments, still doing the wrong. And we will not be and take action like NASA is with CERN and getting their curiosities ahead of them just to break down the wall of something I believe is so malevolent. Eyes cannot even fathom or to even stare into the abyss long enough without being overtaken by it. So putrid, so malevolent, so evil. How? And the storyline goes is that One scientist laid a piece of the dark matter beside his bed. Now we'll finish it up with this. That the dark matter made the scientist have schizophrenia in the worst ways. It did it in a test overnight. Schizophrenia, high amounts in every kind. Depression, bipolar, screaming, nightmares, everything, sleep paralysis. And it would not stop until he pulled the dark matter away. And they had found that the dark matter is not working on its own, but it's pulling with the darkness that lives inside of us all. Of us all as human beings. It pulled the darkness out of it to conjoin with its own darkness. And it just manifested the darkness that was in us all. Manifested the darkness that was in the scientist. So, before you let things get too crazy and wild, try to do at least one good act. Kindness. Do something. Be the bigger person. The bigger person. The bigger person. The bigger person. Because we all have free will. And we decide. Not no one else, just us. Not your mom, not your dad, not your relatives, just you and I and all of us. Free will. Decide what kind of world we want to live in before it all ends and is all taken away. Fire. Nice. Till next time.